Now in this video, we're going to talk about using the long futures hedge, and we're going to be using that for inputs. So a lot of times agribusinesses are going to be buying, or not only are they going to be selling their outputs, but they may be buying commodities as their inputs. And they want to lock in those prices for those commodities that they use as inputs because those prices are fluctuating too. But now here's the thing to consider. Whenever you're selling a commodity or you're shorting the market, you're going to be selling that commodity. And the price that you sell that commodity for, it comes into your bank or into your checking account, or it comes into your pocket. But whenever you are buying a commodity, whenever you're buying inputs and you're using the long futures hedge to lock in a price for an input that you are buying, that is money going out of your account. So you got to keep that in mind whenever you're dealing with the long futures hedge, that money is going to be leaving your account in order for you to buy that good. So whenever we start talking about the net buying price, that'll come into play just a little bit more, and I'll try to explain it further, but keep that in mind. That is money leaving your account. So let's say that you want to purchase corn at a later date, and you want to protect yourself from falling prices. Hence, here's the key thing on all this. Or not falling prices, but you're wanting to protect yourself from rising prices. Because you're buying that input, you want to buy it as low as possible, and you want to protect yourself from the possibility of these prices increasing or going up. So you decide you're going to take the long position. Why do you take the long position when buying inputs? Well, what happens if prices rise and you are engaged in the long futures position? You make money. You bought low, prices go up, you make money in the futures because you sell it back at a higher price. The money you make in the futures goes to offset that price at which you buy it at. So we're going to go ahead and take the long futures position in order to protect ourselves from falling prices on this corn that we're going to buy at a later date. So what are the corn prices today? Corn prices today are $3.35 per bushel in the cash market and $3.50 in the futures market. So we have a basis of 15 cents under. How do we get that? Well, it's cash minus the futures. So we have a basis of 15 cents under. Now, whenever we dealt with the livestock, we didn't give you the basis, or we didn't give you the original cash price. Why not? Well, because cattle were still growing. You couldn't sell them right then. And they are a perishable good. They must be sold whenever they're ready. They can't really be stored, whereas corn is storable. So the basis is relevant. We could buy it today and just store that corn, or we could buy it at a later date and use it basically whenever we buy it. Either way, now the basis is relevant. That cash price today is relevant because that corn is storable. So let's look at cash prices later. So today, these are the corn prices. Well, now 2 months later or 3 months later, or whenever we get ready to actually buy that corn and actually take physical possession of it, here's the cash prices. Cash prices are now $3.60 per bushel. The futures are now $3.80. So we're at a basis of 20 cents under. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to purchase that corn in that cash market, of course, and then we're going to sell back those futures. Remember, we already bought them. We took the long position, so we originally bought those futures. Now we've got to sell them back. So let's first off look at the cash market. What happened in the cash market? Prices went up. Prices actually went up in this particular example by 25 cents. We're buying these good. We're buying these particular products, ladies and gentlemen. So we don't really want the cash price going up, right? But the cash price did go up. So we're now paying 25 cents more for corn in the cash market. But what happened in the futures market? Well, the price went up as well. So because the price goes up, did we make or lose money in the futures? Well, we made 30 cents in the futures. So we bought the corn contract at $3.50. We sell it back at $3.80. We wind up making and gaining 30 cents in the futures. So we gain 30 cents in the futures. Now, this is where we got to keep in mind that we're actually buying this commodity. This is money leaving our account. So we bought the corn in the cash market at $3.60. That was our market price. That's what we bought it for. But we gain 30 cents in the futures. So that's money coming into our account. Well, what do we do with that 30 cents gain in the futures? We use it to pay for that commodity that we're buying. So we take that 30 cents and offset that particular gain in the cash price. So we take our 30 cents gain that came into our account and we use that to buy this particular commodity, and we wind up with a net buying price of $3.30. Well, how does this happen? We take the price that we bought it for in the cash minus the gain in the futures, because we're going to use that gain to offset some of that price in the cash, and we wind up coming with a net buying price of $3.30. So let's think about this. How much did the basis change by? The basis actually widened or became more negative. That basis widened and became more negative. And remember that whenever the basis widens, that's actually favorable for a long position. So how does that work? Well, the basis actually widened by 5 cents. Well, we look at the net buying price, and the net buying price is just $3.30 as compared to what they could have bought it for originally at. And they could have bought it actually originally at for $3.35. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They actually got it for cheaper than what they originally could have bought it for. Why is that? The reason why is because the futures price actually gained, or we had a larger gain in the futures of 30 cents than what we lost in the cash of 25 cents. So we gained more than we lost, and we actually had that commodity widen, or that particular basis widen, and because of that, it was actually favorable. So this is a good example of how a basis that is widening is actually favorable for the long hedger. So let's go through another example. We talked about, well, what if prices actually go up? Well, what if they fall? So we're going to take that same example. We want to purchase corn at a later date. We want to protect ourselves from falling prices. So we take the long position. The corn prices today are $3.35. And the cash market is $3.50, just like up here. The basis is 15 under. Again, corn is storable, so the basis is relevant. Well, corn prices later. Now they actually fall to $3.20. And the cash market actually falls to $3.40. So again, we have a basis of 20 cents under. So our basis isn't going to change. Now what's happening? Is our basis widening or narrowing? Well, it's widening again because it's becoming more negative, less, like I said, it was becoming more negative, less positive. So how do we go about this? Well, we need to actually buy that corn in the cash market. So we're going to purchase that corn in the cash market for a price of $3.20. And then we're going to sell back our futures. So we bought our futures originally at $3.50, and then we sell it back for $3.40. So did we make or lose in the futures? Well, we lost 10 cents in the futures. So we're going to buy that corn for $3.20 minus our loss in the futures of negative 10. So we have a net buying price of $3.30. Now, how does this work? Well, remember, we're going to pay $3.20 for that corn in the cash price, but then we also lost 10 cents that we have to pay for in the futures as well. So we take the amount that we lost in the cash plus or minus the loss in the futures, which is a negative. So negative plus a negative is a positive. We come up with a net buying price of $3.30. Again, in this case, the basis widened. So even though that prices fell and we could have bought that corn price for $3.20 had we not hedged, is it still favorable? Because we basically, ladies and gentlemen, tried to lock in this price of $3.35. We said we would be okay with buying corn at $3.35 because that was the original cash price we're trying to lock in. Our net buying price wind up being $3.30. Which is still lower than $3.35, even though our our prices fell, we're still in a better place than what we originally would have been because we hedged our commodity and because that basis widened. Remember that whenever the basis widens, it's actually favorable for the long hedger, and here's why. And actually, and if you remember that for the short hedger, if the basis narrows or if the basis strengthens, it's actually a positive aspect for the short hedger.